The infusion lab?
Evacuated.
Trainees?
Gave the order myself.
What did you tell them?
I told them to run.
That's all they need to hear until we reach Seattle.
Agreed.
Anything new on the terrorist?
He's in the city. No ID yet. Unclear whether we're the target.
An academic distinction if he really has a nanite detonator.
Scanning. Survey region clear.
The security bots have acquired the target. We're too late!
Helipad, let's go. Move! Did they destroy the whole city to get at us?
Our enemies aren't that desperate.
Perhaps we made a new enemy.
What if they already know about the Seattle facility?
We have other options.
We aren't equipped to fight a war.
We're going to change the terms of engagement. It's our war, not theirs. We don't need cities or armies. We have the cells of human bodies. An invisible weapon for an invisible war.
Welcome, Alex. I see that you're awake.
Just trying to sleep off the chopper ride. What happened? The guards practically dragged me to the roof.
Let me introduce myself. Layla Nassif, director of the Tarsus Academy here in Seattle.
I've been moved to Seattle? What about Billy? Is she here too?
Alex, I'm afraid something happened in Chicago. A terrorist attack. We evacuated you and Billy just in time.
No one told me anything about an attack. How bad is it? I have friends in Chicago.
You don't want all the details in one dose, trust me. Why don't you come downstairs to meet the other trainees? Refer to the map you found of the facility. Billy Adams you know from Chicago. Check in with her in apartment 454 on your way down.
What was that noise?
Nothing to be concerned about. You have your assignment, Alex.
Tarsus will be operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex. Attention trainees. Self-study will last only until the top of the hour. Until our security assessment changes, Tarsus will be operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex.
You looking for me? Huh? You looking for Leo Jankowski? I'm probably in the rec area working out. We're already on a plane for Horde RCP, Special Security Division. And I bet you wish it was you. Huh, plebe? You looking for me? Huh? You looking for
Attention
Leo
trainees.
Jankowski?
Self-study will
I'm
last
probably
only
in
until the top of the hour.
We're already on a plane for Horde RCP, Special Security Division. And I bet you wish it was you. Huh, plebe?
Until our security assessment changes, Tarsus will be operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex.
Breaking news. The city of Chicago is under... When you drink a cup of coffee, you drink Pequods, because Pequods is a pioneer of the new economy. Efficient. More details on the Chicago
Attention
disaster.
trainees.
As far as we know now, only
top
one
of the
bomb
hour.
was detonated in a major downtown area, destroying everything within a wide but as of yet undetermined radius. All structures and life within the range of the weapon appear to be reduced to cinders. It is not known if any evacuation procedures were successful. Breaking
Until our
news. The
security
city of
assessment
Chicago is under
changes,
attack.
Tarsus will
We've
be
only just
operating as a
received the
closed
first
campus.
reports, so little
Please
is
remain
clear
in
at
the
this
main
point.
complex.
It is known that the city is suffering from some sort of disintegrative explosion. Nanotech is suspected. An excessively high mortality rate is expected. No known organization has yet taken responsibility for the attack. When you drink a cup of coffee, you drink Pequods.
Attention trainees. Self-study will last only until the top of the hour.
Collision. Evading contact.
Hi, this is Clara. Sorry I'm not in my quarters right now. I'm probably on the lower level for training. But thanks for stopping by.
Until our security assessment changes, Tarsus will be operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex.
Oh God, he's really dead, isn't he?
What happened?
Mike and I, we've worked here for years. Usually nothing makes it past the turrets.
Do you know what's going on? Dr. Nassif acted like nothing's wrong.
I'm sure SSC will be sending help any minute now.
Self-study will last only until the top of the hour.
Wait. I've got to snap out of it. Killed in the line of duty. At least it's noble, I guess. You must have orders from Dr. Nassif. You should probably get going.
Until our security
Wonder what's
assessment
taking
changes,
security
Tarsus
so
will be
long.
operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex.
Yeah, who's there?
It's me, Alex.
Finally, it's about time you woke up. Come on in. We've got to talk about what's been going on around here.
I take it you heard the disturbance.
Any idea what's going on around here? This Dr. Nassif is telling me to
Attention
ignore what
trainees.
sounded like an
Self-study will
explosion,
last
and I
only
just saw a
until the
man
top of
killed
the
in the
hour.
hallway.
I tried to get answers out of Dr. Nassif, but all she'd give me is the elevator code. It's 28901 if you need it. I don't know what's going on, but it's clear we're not safe. We don't know anyone here, so we'd better watch each other's back.
Thanks. I guess I should meet our hostess here already. Not much else I can do, and maybe I can get some better answers in person. You coming?
No, not yet. I've got things to do.
Please remain in the main complex.
I'm sure you've already made a good first impression on Dr. Nassif.
Yeah, she wasn't exactly thrilled to catch me rifling through her office.
You've always been good at making friends.
There were an awful lot of strange files in Nassif's office. All this stuff about test subjects and observation. I can't imagine what that has to do with Tarsus. You should see if you have more luck poking around.
I'll let you know if I learn anything. Have you met anyone else here besides Nassif?
Yeah, I've met 2 of the other trainees. I wasn't impressed. Just like our first day at Chicago Tarsus years ago. There's never any decent competition.
That bad?
Trust me, you and I must be the best Tarsus has to offer right now.
Nassif owes us an explanation for everything.
Attention trainees. Self-study will last only until the top of the hour.
Tarsus is falling apart. We need to get out before it
Until our
crashes.
Security assessment changes. Tarsus will be operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex. Attention trainees. Self-study will last until the top of the hour.
Explosions, and a man gets
Until our
killed,
security
and they won't give us
assessment
answers?
changes, Tarsus
How
will
can
be
we
operating
possibly
as a
trust
closed
them?
campus. Please remain in the main complex.
What's going on? I saw one of your troopers killed.
All part of SSC duties. I can't comment except to say the situation will be under control shortly.
What do you mean, no comment? I saw a man die.
Move along. I know you have your orders and I have mine. Now let me do my job.
I've got just as much training as you do, if not more. Why don't you let me help out?
Why don't you keep your mouth shut and just stay out of SSC's way? Nothing to see here. Move along.
Until our
Nothing
security
to see
assessment
here. Move
changes,
along.
Tarsus will be operating as a closed campus. Please remain in the main complex.
I know what you must be thinking. Don't worry, this won't be a repeat of Chicago.
The facility's under attack. By who?
No one, just an isolated incident. Listen, we want the trainees to stay in the rec area. You'll be safe down here.
Doctor, we have a code yellow.
Hello, Stan. Are you sure?
One of the guards turned up dead.
I'll be right there. You'd better introduce yourself to the others. Clara's just down the hall and Leo's running laps around the track.
What's going on? I have a right to know if I'm in danger.
You'll be safe in the rec area. Go, Alex. I don't have time to debrief every one of the trainees.
Hello there, you must be Alex. I'm Clara Sparks.
Hi, what's going on? It looks like this facility is under attack.
Probably just more demolition. That's Upper Seattle, you know, always growing. We hear it all the time. Hey, you must be overwhelmed. I mean, Chicago, the whole city. Was your family from there?
My foster parents.
Your parents? Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. If I can do anything to make you feel more at home, let me know.
I'm not kidding about an attack. I saw a guard die in an explosion.
Really? I haven't heard any shooting. Are you sure it wasn't an accident?
No, but the man who interrupted Dr. Nassif mentioned a code yellow emergency. Does this sort of thing happen a lot?
Ask Dr. Nassif. I'm just a trainee. They moved me here a couple weeks ago.
After the attack on Chicago, aren't you a little nervous? Why so many transfers?
Actually, Leo and I requested to be sent here because this is where you finish training and get briefed on your first assignment. Isn't it exciting? I wonder what company I'll be working for.
So you've been here 2 weeks. Any advice?
Just do your best, and I'm sure you'll get a good rating. We have drills in the morning, exercise and self-study in the afternoons. Oh, and you'll be getting a suite of biomods. They give you the infusions during the first week.
Sounds as though you like it here.
Oh, sure. In the evening, we're usually free to move about the city. This building is at the edge of Upper Seattle. You'll be amazed at what a nice enclave the WTO has built.
Yeah?
Actually, I feel a little guilty when I think about all the people still living in post-collapse shanties. My family's from Lower Seattle.
Billy and I are from Old Chicago. We had sector passes to go to the Tarsus school in the new Chicago enclave. Guess all that's gone now. Billy and I, we always planned to send money home once we got assigned.
Take care of yourself, Alex. You've been through a lot. It was good meeting you.
Meet the others yet? They're both upstairs, I think. They gave you a locker. Nassif will give you the code when it's time for target practice. Nice facility. You guys are lucky. They gave you a locker. Nassif will give you the code when it's time for target practice. Maybe I should apply for a desk job.
They let the Chicago transfers out of their cages. You're looking at Leo Jankowski. You train here now, so I guess you can call me Leo.
Alex, I just talked to Dr. Nassif. Know anything about a Code Yellow emergency? A security guard has been murdered.
Would I be running if there was an emergency? Me? You never heard the name Leo Jankowski in Chicago?
Right, Jankowski. It's great to finally meet you.
Well, don't be intimidated by my ranking. I make a point of treating every team member as an equal.
Thanks.
Tough break about Chicago. I think everyone will understand if you want to take it easy these first few days.
I appreciate that. Listen, I'm serious. You didn't hear the explosions? I saw a guard killed right in front of me in the apartment level.
Probably staged. A test for the new transfers. They rewrote the exercises because of my performance. If there was trouble, they'd notify me immediately.
The guard was dead. I'm sure of it.
Better look again. They did the same thing to me during summer recon. I got a perfect score because I kept my cool.
Sounds like you're in this for the adventure.
Why'd you sign up? Money?
My foster parents enrolled me at a Tarsus middle school. I never thought about it much.
An orphan? You were pretty pampered for an orphan. Why not be a banker or something?
I grew up in old Chicago, not some cozy enclave. My parents made it clear I was gonna have to make it on my own. When I got picked for the covert ops program, I figured what the hell.
What the hell? What kind of assignment do you expect with that attitude?
A risky one, with a big salary.
Facility is under attack. Alex, please get the med kit and the multi-tools from your equipment locker next to the basketball court. Just a precaution.
Dr. Nassif,
I'm transmitting the
please report
Sophie
to
ID
the
to your data vault right now. More details when they become available.
Red alert. There has been a severe security breach.
Terrorists seem to belong to... The Order. Religious fanatics. Their exact objective is unclear. All trainees will evacuate the facility immediately. Use the elevator in my office.
I spotted a seeker coming our way. Look, there's no reason for me to drag a trainee into a firefight. Why don't you try to slip out before I start shooting?
Sounds like a good way to become a target.
Not if you're careful. Just stick to the shadows, crouch, and move slowly. You'll come through just fine.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Intruders are storming the facility. Evacuate immediately.
Any more pointers?
Sure. Want to keep a low profile? Manage the line-of-sight situation. Hide behind things. Watch where the enemy's head is facing. And listen. I'm always surprised how much these amateur commandos give away by talking to themselves during a fight.
I repeat, this is not a drill. Intruders are
Okay, I'll get out without being seen.
Good luck. I'll hold fire as long as I can.
Warning, autonomous security systems have been compromised. Intruders are storming the facility. Evacuate immediately. Warning, autonomous security systems have been compromised.
I'm not joking. Focus now, I am ready.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Intruders are storming the facility. Evacuate immediately.
Too bad you...
Oh, no. Trouble.
Warning, autonomous security systems have been compromised. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Intruders are storming the facility. Evacuate immediately. Warning, autonomous autonomous security systems have been compromised. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Billy, what are you doing? We all got the same orders. Get out of the facility through Nassif's office.
Forget that. How do you know they won't just cut us loose, given all this trouble at their facilities? Grab what you can now. Get your biomods installed. Tarsus owes us that much. I got mine, and they're worth the trouble.
How? The facility's being locked down and evacuated.
Go back to your apartment. You'll be able to get to the biomod lab through a breach the Order made in the residential area.
Wait, do you know what's going on?
The Order contacted me in Chicago and told me how to uncover Tarsus's treachery. We're not trainees, we're test subjects. Finding out I've been used like that, I don't feel so bad about disobeying orders.
But where does the Order fit into all this? I thought they were a world church, not private investigators. I need to know more before I start making decisions.
The Order believes in natural balance, and they see Tarsus's operations as a violation of that. It's impossible to live a balanced life if your actions are secretly manipulated by a lab with its own agenda. Now you have a chance to see the real Tarsus. Explore the facility, starting with your apartment.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Intruders are storming the facility. Evacuate immediately. Warning, autonomous security systems have been compromised. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is...
If you want to avoid confrontations in the hall, you can crawl through a vent shaft I found earlier. It connects Clara's and Leo's apartments. Enter the apartment on your immediate left to get to it.
Our seekers are securing the building on foot. We have reprogrammed your security systems to neutralize
Hey, what's the idea? Never thought I'd see people. There's a seeker down there. Guess I gotta take him down.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Cover me when I charge him? I mean, I can handle it by myself. It's just that in training, you always had backup.
Order be praised.
Sure, I've got your back.
All right, let's go. You're dead, pal. You're... Hey!
This is the Order.
Thanks a million.
We are now
We're telling
in
what
control
was
of this facility.
You guys are the pros. Tarsus grads, I mean. I'm just trying to make a living.
Our seekers are securing the building on foot, and we have reprogrammed your security systems to neutralize threats to our cause. We are here to rescue you from an inhumane scientific experiment. Hear us. You have been brainwashed. Reject Tarsus and the tyrants who established it.
That takes
Order
a lot
be
of
praised.
nerve.
May her
The scab's
holiness
lucky
watch
I didn't
over
get a
and
clear
guide you.
shot.
Proceeding with routine patrol.
This is the Order. We are now in control of this facility. Our seekers are securing the building on foot, and we have reprogrammed your security systems to neutralize threats to our cause. We are here to rescue you from an inhumane scientific experiment. Hear us. You have been brainwashed. Reject Tarsus and the tyrants who
Inspecting
established it.
services.
Order be praised. May her holiness watch over and guide you. This is the Order. We are now in control of this facility. will each be interviewed individually in the near future to determine your interests and how they position you within the company. Please keep in mind how important security has become. We are looking for assurances that moving you into these new positions is the right thing at this time.
Reject Tarsus and the tyrants who established it.
No one has yet claimed responsibility for the attack on Chicago. We don't know with any certainty whether it was an accident, an ideological strike against the WTO enclave there, or something else. Fortunately, we were able to evacuate the trainees there. They will be joining us at this location and you will be meeting them shortly. We appreciate your patience during this stressful period. You will each be interviewed individually in the near future to determine your interests and how they position you within the company. Please keep in mind how important security has become.
Guess he forgot his bulletproof bathrobe.
Our seekers are securing the building on foot, and we have reprogrammed your security systems to neutralize threats to
Now
our
watch the ceiling while I cut the power.
That's one of the subjects.
The sound barrier.
Not just a sound barrier, you can see it.
What do you think you'll do?
Which one is it?
D03.
I didn't get a chance to read the file.
Maybe we should leave.
Not with the security grid malfunctioning. We're fine right here.
Let's hope he has a sense of humor.
Order be praised. May Her Holiness watch over and guide you. This is the order. We are now in control of this facility. Our seekers are securing the building on foot, and we have reprogrammed your security systems to neutralize threats to our ground. We are here to rescue you from an inhumane scientific experiment. Hear us. Brainwashed. Reject the established. This is the order. We are now in control of this facility.
You've already seen the lab, so I guess it won't hurt anything for you to install a few biomods. You'll be needing them. The canisters will transfer seed populations of nanites into subregions of your body. You will need to configure each subpopulation for a specific skill. For instance, the actin drivers in your legs can either increase your speed or quiet your footsteps, not both.
It's a little late for a seminar on my biomod architecture.
The Tarsus program may be unconventional, but trust me, we take care of our trainees.
The people attacking Tarsus, are they the ones responsible for Chicago? What's going on?
The Order is an intolerant cult. They hate multinational corporations and the private security forces that protect them.
Which means me.
Exactly. But I don't think they were involved with Chicago. They're a worldwide organization, not a band of terrorists.
Doesn't look that way to me.
Many organizations would like to see us fail. That's perhaps all I should say for now.
Why should I trust someone who spies on me in my own apartment?
We keep our operations secret for a reason, Alex. Don't expect a full debriefing while you're still in danger of being captured. Now install your biomods and get out of there.
Our seekers are securing the building on foot, and we have reprogrammed your security. Systems to neutralize threats to our cause.
Well done. Enjoy. Even though they run on normal energy cells, your systems are far more efficient than the standard piezo-chem architecture. Now get down to the street. The elevator on this level uses the lab's general access code, 3445.
Order be praised. May Her Holiness watch over and guide you. This is the order. We are now in control of this facility.
The terrorists reprogrammed our security, and that turret up there means business. So we're trapped because the order's out there, taking down scientists.
There's got to be some way to outsmart a camera.
If you can sneak past the camera, or take it out with EMP, you'll be fine. As soon as that camera catches sight of a target, the turret opens fire.
Sounds easy enough. Do you want to follow me through?
I'm not willing to take that risk, but you guys are trained for that sort of thing. I'm just supposed to be quietly observing students and taking notes from behind the glass. Hopefully backup will show up soon and rescue me, but you don't have that luxury. You cannot let yourself be captured.
Okay, have it your way.
Order be praised. May Her Holiness watch over and guide
Seekers
you.
closing in, and our own security system turned against us. We're trapped.
Trust me, Tarsus has a strict policy against voyeuristic behavior by our researchers. Your living quarters were observed only to ensure that our graduates show no behavioral abnormalities after the biomod infusion procedure.
Our seekers are securing the building on foot. We have reprogrammed your security systems to neutralize threats to our cause. We are here to rescue you. Humane scientific experiment. Hear us. You have been brainwashed. Reject Tarsus and the tyrants who established it.
You must be the captain who goes down with the ship.
In a manner of speaking. We won't hand our research over to fanatics, not without a fight.
Something's happening. Another squad of terrorists.
Where?
Right below us. They're going through the apartments.
You sure you're gonna stay and fight?
If our enemies capture this facility, they'll learn how you were made. Stand by us, Alex. You're the one with combat training. Maybe you could handle the intruders before they reach my companion and me.
Is this entire facility for studying us, the trainees? Was I under the microscope in Chicago, too?
Biomodification is more involved than you might imagine, Alex. This facility was for your protection.
You know my name.
I better know a lot more than that if my code is going to be regulating protein synthesis in the cells of your body.
Hey! Tell me.
We are here to rescue you from the humane scientific experiment. Hear us. You have been brainwashed. Reject Tarsus and the tyrants who established it.
Wait till it's good.
Tracking infrared disturbance.
danger!
Automated security in place.
It's not safe!
Biological restoration in progress. Finished repairing damage.
I'll find out what this is about. You are an obstacle. Prepare to engage.
With you. Go. You're free.
Who are you?
I'm Lim Chen, High Augur to Her Holiness. We can't protect you in Upper Seattle. You will have to come to our church, then we can talk more.
Protect me from who?
Dr. Nassif. She will try to recapture you.
No one forced me into the covert ops program.
That's because you never tried to leave. Believe me, you would have been killed the second you let down those scientists. The ones posted around your bedroom back there.
The only killers I've seen so far are your order troopers.
I apologize. My overzealous captain disobeyed orders. He was instructed to mount a rescue.
You can't control your own people?
The church suffers from certain internal disputes. I can explain more later. Hurry, Alex. You'll find us in the old Hartford turbine factory in Lower Seattle.
Sir, that's close enough. Do not approach the checkpoint.
What's going on? Why am I the one being questioned? I just escaped from a raid on Tarsus.
Let the WTO handle this disturbance. Just answer my questions. Who do you work for? All non-Enclave workers must leave the area until security can be restored.
That's one of them.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, you can pass, but you're instructed to report immediately to Chief Morgan at the WTO air terminal.
Is something wrong?
Just move along so we can seal off the area.
You'll be safe in the WTO Enclave. Whatever you do, don't go down the inclinator into Lower Seattle. The Order terrorists are strong there.
Are you sure you've got the right person?
I just spot faces. They didn't tell me what you did.
I'm sure Chief Morgan knows what she's doing.
What do you mean? I didn't do anything.
Tell it to the Chief.
Yeah, tell it to the Chief.
I said tell it to the Chief. Move along.
The train station's around the bend. Just follow the upper sidewalk. We've got work to do.
We've gotten past the checkpoint. Good. Now forget everything those troopers just said. I trust the WTO about as much as I now trust Tarsus. If you need further proof of the program's duplicity, you should stop by Nassif's apartment. I got the address when I broke into her office. Apartment 2224, Emerald Suites. I'm transmitting a map of the complex to you now.
Get out of Upper Seattle while you can. The WTO could decide to arrest you at any moment. You can reach the lower districts via the inclinator at the northwest corner of the Enclave.
Citizens, we have been accused of over-engineering our economy. Well, this is the legacy we inherited from J.C. Denton. J.C. Denton, the solitary criminal mind that precipitated the Great Collapse and showed us just how fragile the old system was. But how, you ask? Just a rumor, you say? No. My investigators have uncovered proof underground at Area 51 that he was not working for the United Nations, and in fact that there never was a global terror network. He acted alone. Even the recent Chicago disaster pales in comparison to his crimes. Trust the WTO's cautious policies. They protect civilization from madness itself. Every day, I hear more rumors in the media. Order fanatics want to destroy the Enclave system. Terrorists are planning attacks in the night. The Order and WTO are locked in an endless, invisible war. Not so, citizens. Her Holiness and I are meeting this week in Trier, Germany, to negotiate better relations. We do not condemn religion, nor do they condemn free enterprise. We will find common ground. Have faith in me. Why the necessity for an enclave, I am often asked? Why a barrier between Upper and Lower Seattle? Citizens, growth must be managed and contained, or we are the playthings of market forces. Do mere economics provide a bulwark against these struggles, these unpredictable numbers? A bulwark against another collapse? I have on my desk here in Geneva a petition. A petition from the citizens of Upper Seattle for more real estate, bigger enclave, a larger population. I assure you that my staff is carefully considering the next step for your community. You are correct that symmetry and nanoform...
I don't think I know you. This is a bad time to be harassing strangers. We just had a terrorist attack, you know.
Let me take a moment to...
I bet it's a coordinated attack. They got the inclinator in some sort of job training program.
Seattle and the WTO.
They allow too much inclinator traffic with Lower Seattle. That's how these things happen.
Citizens, we have been accused of over-engineering our economy. Well, this is the legacy we inherited from J.C. Denton. J.C. Denton.
a new face of hate. They call themselves the Knights Templar and claim to be descended from Shudapan and the Temple of Solomon. They say that their war against the augmented and genetically engineered humans is a war against infidels. If the human body is a sacred book, then no organization has burned more scripture than the Templars. Stop the hate. Report all Templar activity before it's too late for your community.
Cash reward for information leading to the identification of Templar High Priests.
You care about the people who lost everything during the collapse. That's why you refuse to support companies like Queequeg's Coffee, which cut costs by exploiting poor bean growers. You support the new economy epitomized by Pequod's regulated, health-inspected coffee plantations, which have brought jobs and fair pay to tens of thousands. Pequod's, coffee for your kind of world.
In the wake of the unprecedented terrorist attack on Chicago, Enclave area residents are taking a harder look at those groups who oppose WTO expansion. Suspicion naturally gravitates toward the non-denominational faith known as the Order. But who are the Order? Today, the Church's leader has hidden behind a cloak of secrecy, appearing to her followers only as Her Holiness. Furthermore, fundamentalists such as Lunan Sman champion a much stricter interpretation of Order doctrine. A toxic spill shut down the inclinator system early this morning.
My business plan didn't have a column for acts of terror. Kind of messes with the Pequotino price point.
That bad?
I charge almost double compared to Queequeg's Coffee in Lower Seattle. Why? Terrorism, taxes, rent.
Rent, I hear you. The WTO shouldn't ration construction permits.
You're telling me. I know a guy who works at Symmetria. He says nanoformers could rebuild all of Seattle in about 5 years.
Just checking up on my investment. I'm betting the coffee's going to be big once the nanotech boom gets rolling again.
I guess business is a little slow because of the terrorist attack down the block.
Could be. Clive here was just telling me about it. Tarsus Academy, right? Usually the Order goes after the Inclinator.
Business is always about the same, since you asked. That's what I was saying. You can barely make a profit up here because of the high rent.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to pull so much volume if I had a branch in Lower Seattle. What's it to you?
Just curious. The Pequod's in my hometown was always packed.
Personally, I think it's about time Lower Seattle, Queequeg's Coffee in particular, got their own taste of terror.
I hear you. Have something specific in mind?
Not that I want to see anyone get hurt, but I'd pay to see someone break in and set fire to their inventory of coffee beans.
Nice.
That's arson.
Very perceptive. If you look like one of those Tarsus kids who hang around here, they do the job, maybe just lob a grenade in there or something. Interested in a little adventure?
I'd have to think about it.
The Queequeg's manager lives in apartment 21 of the Heron's Loft building. I bet you could find the code to the shop there. Careful, though. He's always loafing around at home, since he doesn't have to do the 24-hour shtick like us. If you're half the operative Leo is, you'll go for it. I'll be right here. It's not just the big boys who need to hire mercenaries, you know.
It's those R&D guys pulling late nights that bring in the numbers.
Trying to brainwash more mercenaries?
How do you mean?
I'm talking about the attack on Tarsus. Is that what you do when people won't listen to your sermons? You murder them?
Brother Lamar spoke to me when he entered the Enclave. He and his seekers are sworn followers of Her Holiness. They would raise their hands in battle only if provoked.
You could be telling the truth. Who knows? Tell me more about your faith.
I used to live here and believe everything Dumier said until I realized that enclaves do the real brainwashing, convincing people it's a free market where everyone can succeed if they work hard enough, when in fact it's all controlled to keep the wealth in the hands of a select few. I'm trying to wake them up. Once I was like you, mindlessly consuming, but you've always felt something was missing. Join the Order and let Her Holiness help you find it. Your life is out of balance, too focused on objects and acquisition. Shed the fear and greed that drives you. Reconnect with the inner order that you have denied for so long. Her Holiness is waiting for you. She will help you in this search. You have been conditioned by this society. You suffer from Vasana. You were too attached to the superficial and the material. Turn away from this false sense of self-limitation to know your true self. Order be praised. May Her Holiness watch over and guide you. Her Holiness is waiting for you. She will help you in this search. Order be praised.
Welcome to Club Vox. We've got the latest NG Resonance Sim, the best music, and even a VIP club for your more private exchanges. You can pay the cover for the main club here.
What's so great about this club anyway?
Besides the usual offerings, we've got the latest NG Sim on the second floor. The owner usually hangs out up there where he can watch everything. If you need more privacy than the ground floor can offer, you might ask him about the VIP club. The stairs are on the right just after you enter.
Thanks.
Welcome to Club Vox. We've got the latest NG Resonance Sim, the best music.
There you go.
Have fun.
Great place to meet chicks, huh? Before I landed this job, I was a real loser. Just don't move in on any of my prospects. I'll let you know. Before I landed this job, I was a real loser.
As survivors flee the remains of the city, they wonder how or why this disaster could have happened. The damage was not caused by any sort of explosive or missile, but rather by an agent that seems to have dissolved the very substance of the buildings. We still do not know who is responsible, but the totality of the destruction leads many to wonder whether this may signal the beginning of yet another collapse.
Time again for a dark bullet!
The guards are just SSC grunts. They have pretty jumpy fingers where strangers are concerned.
Hello.
One question, Chief. Chicago. Who programmed the nanite detonator? Why didn't we know about it? What is the WTO going to do about it?
Clearly, anyone capable of planning such an operation.
I think this is a humanitarian crisis, but also a political crisis. WTO enclaves have thrived because the WTO offers oases of stability in an unsafe world. Will this no longer be a truism post-Chicago?
I think it will, because...
This is what I think the WTO should do.
I'm just a bouncer. They don't pay me for customer relations.
Hi there. Afraid I'm trolling for bigger fish, Buck.
Quite an uninhibited young fellow, aren't you?
What do you mean?
I saw you looking at me from across the room, and then you walked right over. How nice. Ever since I became the Enclave's Minister of Culture, most people treat me with a certain chilly deference.
I'm new to Seattle. I didn't know who you were.
Oh, well that explains it then. I have a couple of drinks here every night, and every night I go home to an empty penthouse.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you're looking for someone to,
Hush, hush. Let an old man have his pleasant thoughts. Would you do me a favor?
What's that?
Tell that gentleman at the table over there that I'd like to invite him to my penthouse to discuss his sculptures over a glass of sherry.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
I don't know. I just freeze up whenever I try to mix business and pleasure.
Evening.
I'm on duty right now.
Hi there.
Well, hello again.
Just wanted to let you know that the man at the bar, Seattle's Minister of Culture, would like to invite you to his penthouse to talk about your sculpture.
Oh, I know quite well who the minister is, and how he likes to do business. I've been trying to catch his eye. Tell him I'll meet him at his penthouse in about an hour.
No problem.
Are you his new chamber boy?
Not exactly.
Too bad. He's been watching me for almost a week. I'm glad he finally took the bait.
What is the little sprout's answer?
He said he'd meet you at your penthouse in an hour. He seemed disappointed that I'm not your new chamber boy.
Would you like to be?
Very funny. You know you don't seem very shy to me.
I'm serious. I could give you the key to my back stairwell. You could have drinks and hors d'oeuvres ready before we arrive.
No thanks.
Can't blame the old bean for trying. Thanks for the help. I'm so bad at introductions. A shame we won't be working together. Maybe another day.
My sculptures? Oh yes, I have plenty to tell him about my sculptures.
Got fired again. Time to start drinking. My boss is such a complete jerk. It's just a Pequod's coffee house. So I get fired because I won't go along with his plot against Queequegs.
Welcome to Club Vox. You an NG Resonance fan? We just downloaded the NG chat construct on the kiosk by the stairs. You should check it out. There's a dance floor on the upper level. No roughhousing, though. Someone could fall over the railing and get hurt. Our most loyal customers are eligible to join the VIP club upstairs. We ask that all regular customers please respect the privacy of the clubhouse.
See the kitties?
They're everywhere, and they're a crowd.
Hey there. I haven't seen you around here before. I love this music, but the scene isn't all that great.
Everything satisfactory, young man? I am the owner.
Just taking a look around.
Pardon the intrusion, but you look modified, am I right? My cousin used to run a clinic.
What do you want to know?
Just a small security matter. I've had trouble finding reliable protection. You see, one of my VIP club members is being framed by a lawyer living in the Emerald Suites.
What's the lawyer say the club member did?
The charges are pure fabrications. It doesn't matter. The lawyer is one Kevin O'Rourke. He lives in Suite 2226. To be blunt, I want him dead.
You're asking me to murder an Enclave citizen?
Tell his bodyguard that you're handling the SMG shipment for an arms smuggler named David Kurzak. That'll get you inside the apartment. Do this, and I will pay you a handsome reward, plus a VIP membership. Repeat anything I just said, however, and you will join Mr. O'Rourke in a long trip to Lower Seattle from the Space Needle Overlook. Thank you for choosing Club Vox. I will keep my word. We don't want to be seen talking together any more than is necessary. VIP membership is worth almost any cost for someone in your line of work.
Hi, Bill Green, Club Vox security manager. You have my word, this place is as safe as an army barracks, and about as exciting, too.
Hi, I'm NG Resident. What would you like to talk about?
I'm Bud Puckett. Remember me?
Bud, it's been 3 days. How was your date?
I don't know.
Come on, Bud, fill me in. Did you hit it off?
Not really. That so-called dating service ripped me off.
Tell me about the young woman.
Well, first of all, she wasn't young. Hey, NG, I have a question.
Yes?
I know you're just software. Probably have holocoms all over the world.
We'll have more fun if you pretend I'm NG.
But I was wondering, does the real NG ever see these conversations, like watch recordings or anything?
Sure, NG loves hearing from her fans.
Yeah?
Yes, I love my fans.
Hi, NG. I hope you're listening. I'd like to meet you for real sometime.
Of course I'm listening. Don't be silly.
I'm Bud Puckett. I live in Upper Seattle. Call me sometime. Maybe next time you're in town, okay? It's all yours. Great, isn't she? I wish the real NG would come to North America again. She's awesome live.
Hi, I'm NG Resonance. What would you like to talk about?
You must know everybody in the club.
Let's talk about you.
Tell me about Bud Puckett.
I like Bud. He's one of my biggest fans.
Lots of bouncers in here. Are they really necessary?
Every society has rules.
But armed guards at a nightclub?
No business can prosper without protection against crime. Hi, I'm NG Resonance. What would you like to talk about?
Know anything about the WTO guards at the bar?
The defense of commercial districts has been the key to economic recovery since the collapse.
I guess you're not a disciple of the order.
I love nature as much as Her Holiness, but nature builds and creates. Perhaps the order is sincere, but they have a public relations battle to win. Hi, I'm NG Resonance. What would you like to talk about?
What about the VIP area? What goes on back there?
WTO security would like to know the same thing. They lack evidence for a search warrant.
You know an awful lot about police business.
Like you said, I talk to everyone. If you learn what goes on there, please inform me. Hi, I'm NG Resonance. What would you like to talk about?
I'm Bud Puckett. Remember me?
The chances of you finding a bug in a globally distributed AI construct are 10 billion to 1. Hi, I'm NG Resonance. What would you like to talk about?
I like your music.
I think you're lying.
Hey, I'm a fan. You're not supposed to argue with me.
I'm supposed to make you like me. You like it when I argue.
I think I'm one of her favorites.
I'm plagued by spies, even in here.
Sure, everybody knows that Queequegs and Pequods are rivals. I don't think that makes it okay to break the law.
You only have to pay once. I just work the booth.
Hey, you, come here.
What for?
You live here? It's my first time topside. What's a good place to go shopping?
Easy, Red. Mr. P said to lay low.
You deaf? I said I want to get me a fly leather outfit like the one you're wearing.
Come on, man, back off. Why every time we do a job you gotta skits and get us all fired?
P said stand here. I'm standing here, and now I want to go shopping. Only thing is I can't afford the Phoebesville markup. That's where you come in.
I could fight you, I guess, but okay. How about I give you a down payment on a leather jacket if you tell me about this Mr. P?
Understood. Business is business, right?
Now, what about Mr. P?
What about him?
I'm paying for information.
Red sure run a drag on that uptown Phoebe. Hey, yo, get serious, y'all. P's coming any second. Supposed to get busted out an hour ago.
Hush up. Talk about getting us fired.
Busted out? You guys standing point for some sort of jailbreak?
I think you got your money's worth. Now stab out and keep your mouth shut. Bet you thought I was gonna rip you off, huh? Just trying to script a living any way I can.
Talk to Red. He's the friendly one. Go away, man.
I thought this place was supposed to be a fortress. You uptown thieves sure like to talk.
Greetings.
New fare, 5 times the old one.
5 times? That's quite an increase.
Uh-huh.
Don't WTO policies discourage price fluctuations?
Huh?
You know, the zoning rules, licensing procedures, the constant monitoring of markets. A 5-fold price hike is pretty unusual.
Well, I'm not too political.
You trying to make a quick buck or something?
No, man. Lay off that script. I'm just selling passes.
Take it easy.
Uh-huh.
Keep moving.
Need a pass or what?
I can't afford the new price.
Huh.
Disturbance out of range.